Biggkish, man, you ain't know that? You ain't know that Anthony Anderson was like that? Man, Anthony Anderson's been like that for a very long time, my brother. I used to love Anthony Anderson, bro. I'm talking about he was my favorite comedians, you know what I mean? Especially doing the movies with Jet Li and DMX, you know what I'm saying? And his other movies. But I stopped following this man once I found out the type of dude he was, man. And I'm literally need to tell you, this dude really is sick this way. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't started yesterday. He just wasn't accused yesterday. This man has been like this for a very long time. And I'm going to read to you one part of why I stopped messing with this man and respecting this man. Check this out. Actor Anthony Anderson has faced multiple accusations of sexual assault dating back to 2004, all of which he has consistently and unequivocally denied. None of the cases resulted into a conviction. It doesn't matter. And the charges are investigations were dropped due to lack of sufficient evidence or the refusal of the accuser to be interviewed. You mind that? You see? You hear that? Wow. Key details of the accusations include, in 2004, an extra of the set of Hustle and Flow accused Anderson and an assistant director of sexual assault. Anderson was charged with aggravated rape, but the case was dropped by a judge due to the lack of probable cause. How can you drop something because of probable cause if you know that this man is like that, and it's been shown way before even this case even came along, that, you know what I'm saying, that women, even before this case happened, they were already saying that this man is like that for real. But it took this young lady to pursue a case and say that this man did this to her along with his homeboy for it to, you know what I'm saying, be taken into court. And as you can see, money talks. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, he's been Drake before even Drake been Drake. And as you can see, it also says, also in 2004, a second woman filed a civil lawsuit against Anderson claiming sexual assault and seeking damages for incidents she alleged occurred in 2003 before giving that interview with that young lady video that you did. I forgot her name, but you see how he put his hand on her lap and how he said, yeah, I like them young too, you know, and then want to give her the pillow with his face on it. So he was a Drake way before Drake his time. But check this out. On the set of the sitcom All About the Andersons, the resolution of this case of this civil case is not publicly known. Imagine that. In 2018, a woman who catered an event for Anderson accused him of assault, leading into an investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office declined to prosecute the case because the accuser did not agree to the interview by investigators. These allegations were brought to attention again in the early 2024, just last year, when Anderson was named the host of the 1975 Emmy Awards. Sickening, ain't it? Resulting in some advocacy groups calling for his removal. Anderson has not been found guilty of any wrongdoing in court. And that's the thing. When you got that type of money, you can buy any judge, you can buy anybody. And let me just say this, Biggkish. You know what I'm saying? I know women make up stories. I know women go after big figures. I know women, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that type of, ordeal, women set up men and set up rappers and things like that to get money. But this is way before he even became the, you know what I'm saying, the actor and the famous actor and comedian that he is today, that he was doing this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But check this out, though. The outcome of the 2024 civil lawsuit against Anthony Anderson is unknown to the public. You see how unknown this shit is? The civil lawsuit was filed in September 2024 by an unnamed woman referred to as Jan Doe in court documents in Los Angeles. Superior Court seeking $900,000 in damages. The woman alleged that Anderson made sexual subjective remarks and assaulted her in his dressing room on the set of his sitcom All About the Andersons in 2003. You see how way back this goes? While media outlets widely reported on the initial filing of the lawsuit and Anderson's strong denial of the claims, no public information is available regarding whether the case was settled out of court, dismissed, or reached a verdict. Anderson's representatives have declined to comment on the matter, including classifying the lawsuit outcome when approached by the media in subsequent years. You know what I'm saying? So basically just saying, you know what, I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to give no comments. I'm not going to say if I was guilty or not. I'm not going to say we reached a settlement. Knowing in these cases like that, they do reach for a settlement. You feel me? Just like Drake reached a $350,000 deal settlement with the young lady that basically he said he had consensual sex with, but it was otherwise. You know what I'm saying? She accused him of sexual aggravation and other things. And Drake says that it was big cat, you know what I'm saying, that they had consensual sex. If you paid $350,000 to say you had consensual sex and you're not guilty, how are you going to pay $350,000 if you're not guilty? If you're not guilty, you're not paying Juice, nada, ni cojones, a motherfucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? But he ended up paying $350,000. So you see what I'm saying, bruh? Like I said, Biggkish, I know women set up rappers and actors and people with money like this just to get a bunch out their panties. I understand that part. But when you been like this, even before you became famous, when you started making millions of dollars, when you started, uprising as a big actor and comedian, and not once, but again and again, come on, man. Once, hey, I understand. But 2 times, 3 times, come on, man. It just doesn't make any sense. And when you really think about it, how many women haven't accused Drake? How many times Drake hasn't been seen with minors? How many times Drake hasn't even shown evidence and proof of this type of behavior and this type of, predatory behavior with minors throughout his career? Well, Anthony Anderson, not only did he show it, not only did he prove it, not only did he throughout his career did it, but this is way before he even became famous. So this is just not something that happened yesterday or happened in 2003 or 2004 or 2024 where, it resonated and resurfaced back into surfacing. No, you know what I'm saying? This is something that has occurred way before his stardom and his, famous way of coming up or, being the actor and the comedian that he is today. And it's funny how these women really are serious. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think this sister was lying who accused him. I didn't feel that this woman was making it up. You could see the sincerity from her heart. You could see how petrified and nervous she was when she made these accusations. And the woman that one that you showed in your video was Lindsay Lohan. I'm sorry. You see how he put his hand in her lap and all what I just finished saying, in the first part of the video. So just imagine with how many other women he has done this with and gotten away with it because the women were afraid to even bring him up or accuse him because of the power now that he possesses being a famous actor and a famous comedian and the millions that he has. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one main reason why I don't respect a lot of these Hollywood fools that, that are accused of these manners. You understand? Look at Weinstein, for example. Weinstein got caught up with how many women, doing this to him? And I'm talking about famous actresses. And come to find out, the dude was sick as hell. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? If you don't pinpoint and if you don't really take these people accountable for their actions, they gonna keep doing what the fuck they doing. Just like Drake. Drake ain't no different, bruh. So before the Drake became the Drake that he is today, and the monster, predatory, pedal to the metal that he's become, Anthony Anderson was already that, bro. I have lost all my respect to this dude. I don't see this dude. I don't claim this dude as one of the best. I don't even signify him as one of the greatest or one of the greatest comedians of all time. Why? Because of this predatory attitude and way of being, not only with young women, but women entirely. And if you think I'm bullshitting, go ahead, retrace, do your research, go more back, and you will see more accusations of women accusing this man of doing this. I'm telling you, man, people like this get away with so much until a real woman that just decides to just says, you know what, enough is enough. They go on and they press charges and they accuse. But guess what? A lot of them end up losing because they don't have that type of money to back up with attorneys or lawyers or things to that nature. You understand? So don't get me wrong, like I said before, I know a lot of women, man, they be about this. Man, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this man cased up because I want a bag and all that. But what about the woman that really get accused, assaulted and aggravated, raped, or, to that nature, where they're being abused or sexually harassed, or because of the power that these actors and comedians and athletes possess, they think that they can go ahead and get away with it by doing anything because they know that a woman that's not going to suppress them or they're going to press charges because they know if they do, they might even lose the case, just like a couple have already. So Biggkish, this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing, to even be speculated about. This is something that Anthony Anderson has been doing for a long time in his career, and even before his career started taking off. Drake, that's another story. We already know what Drake is all about. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna cut it short because I don't want my channel to get deleted or terminated, because trust me, I have talked about a lot of celebrities when it comes to this and my prior YouTube channels, and I'd have been out on YouTube, I think the second year that YouTube came out. And just alone in 2025, because of me exposing people like Fat Joe, Anthony Anderson, Drake, and so many others, my channels have been deleted and terminated where I have to do new channels. So I'm just going to keep it this short, and I'm going to tell you, Biggkish, this ain't nothing. You know how many actors, you know how many comedians and other people out there within this elite factor that have this type of agenda and propaganda are doing this to other women, or women doing it to men themselves. They ain't no different. That's going on today within this Hollywood and all the other industries along with the Hollywood. Man, you'll be surprised of how many. But I'm gonna end this video by just telling you this, Biggkish, ain't nothing different. Ain't no surprise. This is what goes on in this type of world with these type of elites. They think they can get away with whatever they do. But guess what? You got women and certain people that are willing to fight these people and willing to fight the machine and willing to fight these actors and comedians. And most of them lost because they didn't have the money, they didn't have the money or the lawyer, that these actors or comedians and big elites, have or possess. So they look stupid, they look desperate, they look like they wanted the bag, like they wanted to destroy the actor or the rapper or whoever it is that engaged this type of behavior and that type of conduction towards the victim themselves. You feel me? But I'm gonna end it. Biggkish, I'm telling you, it's bigger than what you think. And there's more Drakes out there that were even Drakes before Drake became Drake. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, and for everybody else, y'all comment down below and y'all tell me what it is. But big shout out to Biggkish. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to my dog channel. You know what I mean? That's my dog right there. He's doing big things. Y'all go ahead and support him and subscribe to his channel. But I'm out of here. There's Mr. Chico Black, aka Jaloso. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.